Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Valrico here, and today we're going to be talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. This will be a review, and there will be spoilers, so I'll give you about 5 seconds or so to click off this video if you haven't beaten the game yet. But for those of you who have beaten the game, I put the spoiler in the title. There's no excuse. If you get spoiled in this video, that's your own fault. I've given you plenty of time to back out. So, with that being said, let's talk about the game. Now, usually I just run down as I go along talking about the game. I run down my points of rating or my points of what I determine a great game is, and I go, graphics, sound, gameplay, mechanics, and things of that nature. Everything in this game is a 10. This is a perfect game. Now, the mechanics can be wonky at times, but I think I had the most trouble with the shooting mechanics because I'm primarily a PC player now, so playing with the analog sticks again is frustrating. But I know when I play this game again on PC, when it does eventually come to PC, I think I'll be fine with the mechanics. I'll be able to just, ride a horse and shoot 10 people in the face. I probably won't even have to use Deadeye because of the accuracy of a mouse and keyboard. But anyways, the game is a perfect 10. The story was absolutely phenomenal. Variety of different characters, different, interactions with people, different. It's just it's so much to get to. This game is a classic. My top game used to be The Witcher 3. That was my top game. I loved The Witcher 3. That was my favorite game of all time. You have your other favorites. I loved San Andreas, all the Grand Theft Autos for the most part. San Andreas was probably Vice City was probably my most favorite Grand Theft Auto game. But all the Grand Theft Autos are near and dear into my heart. Pretty much all of the Rockstar games are as well, except for like tabletop tennis or whatever the fuck. But other than that, Witcher 3 was my favorite all-time game. I remember spending hours upon hours playing that game. It was just so awesome. The art style I liked. I enjoyed everything about that game. And I enjoyed everything about this game. Hunting, fishing, robbing trains, robbing stagecoaches, doing it all. The missions, the random interactions you'd bump into people, the guns. There wasn't that many guns, but you could customize them. I mean, I'm sure in the multiplayer that comes out, they're gonna have to throw in some new guns and things like that. That's gonna be tough too. That's gonna be real tough for them to have it Red Dead Online and make it interesting enough for people to want to play it as much as people played GTA Online. But anyways, honestly, playing this game so much. Oh, there goes my alarm. Let me shut that off. Anyways, like I was saying, Grand Theft Auto. This game makes me want to play Grand Theft Auto again, and I probably will fire it up on PC and play that game and practice pointing with a mouse and keyboard. I really want to play Grand Theft Auto now because I enjoyed this game so much. Rockstar knows how to deliver a classic, an absolute classic of a game. All the characters in the gang were cool. Dutch, Maiko, as we know, was a cunt. Fuck him. But he was kind of funny at times, even though I can't stand the motherfucker. John Marston was kind of irrelevant until the end when he became relevant. At first Arthur and John were not jiving, and then after a while they started, becoming a little bit buddies or whatever. Hosea, I tell you what, one of the most shocking parts of the game, and I want to mention this, is when you ride into roads, and I can't remember how exactly where there was some kind of disturbance. You ride into roads, and oh yeah, I remember what do they call them? Not the Braithwaites, the Grays. Sheriff Gray realizes that you have been fucking with his shit, fucking with his town and whatnot, and stealing horses and things of that nature, and stealing stuff and burning down his farm, his brother's or uncle's farm or whatever. Anyways, he pops out and tries to kill everybody. And the craziest thing is when you're riding in the roads and fucking Sean's head pops off when he gets shot in the face. I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? That was probably one of the most shocking things because it was just so sudden. It was like, oh, I kind of like this character. I am dead. Now he's gone. It's over. Head fucking exploded right in front of you. That was amazing. It was shocking. It was everything. It was like what it would be like if you really got into a gunfight. Like, I was shocked for about a half a second. I was like, no, what? I was sad for another half a second. I was like, oh my god, they killed Sean. And then I was pissed. I was like, I'm gonna kill everybody in this fucking town. And then you carry on throughout the game, and Arthur gets tuberculosis, which, you know, a lot of people that were reviewing the game or, you know, was talking about the ending of the game, they said it, you know, the game slowed down and whatnot. But no, it was just, it was sad. You knew you were gonna die very soon. So it was kind of like a haze. It was a dark haze, and you felt sorry for Arthur Morgan, even though he killed so many fucking people. Well, I did too. I was killing motherfuckers too. I was just like shooting people on the side of the road and robbing them, just killing them, stealing stagecoaches and killing people. You know, but at the end, it was very sad. It was depressing, and the way he went out. You know, the big fight on the cliffside or whatever. I got the one where you fought on the cliffside. It was like the true ending, where you brawl it out, and you and Micah brawl it out, and Arthur, Dutch puts his foot on your hand as you're trying to pick up a gun to kill Micah. They have a little debate up there or whatever, and then they both go their separate ways, and then you crawl over to another rock and then watch the sunset as you die, which is now my background for my PC desktop. That was just iconic. I was sad. I was real sad. I stopped playing for a little minute there. It took me about 3 hours to get my head together. Like, it was so depressing. I was like, no. Because I remember playing the first Red Dead Redemption, and then John Marston dies, right? So he dies, and then you play as Jack Marston. And a lot of people were bummed out about that, as well as I was. I didn't want to play as no Jack Marston. I want to be John Marston. But John Marston went out like a straight-up gangster and got killed. And then I was like, surely they wouldn't do that again in the second fucking Red Dead Redemption. And sure enough, your main character dies again. Arthur Morgan dies. And then I'm like, I don't want to play as John Marston. I want to be fucking Arthur Morgan. He was the man. I like John Marston more than I do. No, excuse me. I like Arthur Morgan more than I like John Marston now. I like them both, but damn, there's something about Arthur Morgan. He was just a fucking man. That's all there is to it. And you know, throughout the story, you watched, you know, Dutch go from, you know, this smooth talking, kind of funny, entertaining guy that you'll do whatever for. You'll ride into the fucking eye of the storm for, and then all of a sudden he becomes once Hosea dies, I think is when it really he took a dark turn. His character did wise. Once Hosea died, that was almost like the glue of the gang, and now the gang started to dissolve and divide up. And then Arthur got TV on top of that, so he was giving no fucks. And Dutch was going, you know, you start to see him slowly go insane, and then when you see him at the end of the game, when you, John, and Micah are up on the hill, and Dutch shoots Micah one time, and then you cap him up, and then he just looks at you with a not even like a disheveled look, he looked like a fucking, you know, when you look into the eye of a great white shark, he just looks like he has no soul, and he just fucking walks off. And then, if you remember at the end of Red Dead Redemption 1, you meet him on another cliff and another snowy mountain hill, and he goes, "We gotta stop meeting like this, John." And I was just like, oh, the connections, oh, the story writing, oh my goodness, 2 classics. What a game. Dutch goes nuts. And you know, when we were fighting with the Indian, when Dutch was using eagle flies, he was almost like grooming them to be his new gang. So if you remember in the end of Red Dead Redemption 1, he was talking all this nonsense about you can't stop progress and civilization this. All he was trying to do was try to save his ass. Because the era of the Old West was coming to an end. So I was just sitting there watching. I pulled up the video of them two on the cliff, John and Dutch on the cliff talking, and I was just sitting there going, oh man, this motherfucker. He took Eagle Fly's brothers and sisters and fucking spiced them all up, filled them with fucking, got them all fired up to attack those camps, attack Colonel Favors and them, just to turn around and use them to just survive. And then he dies like a bum on the side of a mountain. Oh! He just jumps off the cliff and kills himself. Oh, that was crazy. That was crazy. But anyways, the game was an absolute classic is all I can really say. I really don't have much more to add. I was just, you know, just wanted to make a video about it. The game was a perfect 10. It was a total classic. I was just sitting there reminiscing before I made this video. Because it took me a minute to even get the footage together to even make this video. Because I was just like, wow. I was kind of bummed out because I'm like, wow. Well, we ain't gonna see another Rockstar game for another 5 years. Fuck. I'll be like 28, 29. By the time we get another Rockstar game up in this bitch. Damn. Well, it was a classic though. And I can't wait to play it again on PC. Because I will be buying this bitch again. And with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about the story in the comment section. Let me know what you felt about this game. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it better than the first one? I think I did. I think I enjoyed this one more than the first one. Even though I did prefer the Old West cactuses and whatnot in Mexico in the first game, I did enjoy this much more just because Arthur Morgan was just such a fucking beast of a character. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, gab.ai/Valrico, twitter.com/Valrico, and I'm out of this bitch. Peace.